Another weird week of Red Sox baseball results in another episode of Pod on Lansdowne. Thanks everybody for joining us again once again. I am John Burkett, aka Fitz. I'm joined by Brian Bayo, number one fan, parentheses again, aka Jake. And then Vias Verdugo, aka Liam. Boys, it's good to have you all back on again. I know we were. I'm making pretend as if we weren't just talking off the air for 5 minutes. So I'll ask you again how everyone's day has been, how everyone's week has been, to make it sound natural. That's an old podcasting tip for you right there.
Liam's name today, Vias for Verdugo. How sick would it be if people wore like the Vias for Vendetta masks to games?
We're gonna turn it into something. I've been thinking.
So sick.
I've been thinking about doing that, like Photoshop all weekend.
You could do the
or ever since he walked off,
but like Mexican colors or something. How sick would that be?
I bet he'd eat that up too.
The Guy Fawkes mask. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
So we all show up to Fenway with that mask on, and we're all like investigated by the FBI for being part of Anonymous.
What are those guys called?
Anonymous.
Yeah,
just anonymous. Yeah. We do.
Also,
we do not
shout out
on their bad side.
Shout out Natalie Portman. We'll talk some Love and Thunder later.
Yeah, we'll get into Natalie.
Yes, I will just say right off the bat, I just got 2 words about Natalie Portman, and they are hubba hubba. My goodness gracious,
Liam,
dude.
I'm interested actually when we get into the Thor stuff. I spoke my mind and Fitz spoke his. Liam has stayed quiet in the chat about Thor. So I
got thoughts. I
tweeted
about it.
My mind.
I tweeted about it when I came out, but I came out from it, but I haven't given like a full review.
All I said is that I'm going to yell at Jake on the pod, and that's a promise I intend to keep. We got a great show lined up for you, though. We got Thor talk later, and then we got some music talk lined up. I'm not going to tell you what kind of music, but if you've noticed, one member of the podcast's bio has changed. That might be able to give you a hint. We were talking before the show, Jake, with our whole, we do the whole nickname things.
Kevin Plawecki to the COVID list. Connor Wong has been recalled.
That's quick news. Yeah. So
exciting development.
Sorry,
right?
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, it's fine. No, if you got some breaking news like that, we should have a breaking news siren. We should do something.
Put in the scat when you edit the audio.
Skip it up. Yep. So let's try it again. Reverse around 30 seconds. Breaking news. Jake, what's the breaking news?
Breaking news is Kevin Plawecki to the COVID
IL.
Connor Wong has been recalled. Is this the first time all 3 members of the Mookie trade are on the team? Was Wong? Was he here when?
Well, yeah, because Downs has only played 2 games.
Yeah, he's only started 1, right?
Yeah, I mean
he was up that whole weekend though. He was up a whole series against
even though he only played the 1 game.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Okay. Connor wasn't here for that, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that's a moot point because I don't think Wong was up on the team. Yeah, I think you're right. Obviously, you don't count spring training games. You know what I mean? But
no, you don't. No, you do not.
Is this Plawecki's second time on the COVID IL? Wasn't like the first time a scare. I'm trying to remember.
This year or last year?
Yeah, no, this year. I'm pretty sure this is the second time he's been on it.
Yeah.
Then, well, thanks to Sophie, I know who he follows on Instagram.
Well, he is vaccinated, so it's but
much to the chagrin of one like Candace Owen or Donald Trump.
Whenever for a while we're on this, I just saw this today real quick. The Phillies, a lot of their big guns.
Ooh, there's like vaccinated. 4 of them.
Yeah, like 4 of them. They got Bohm, Real Muto, 2 other guys, but they were all big names. They're going to Toronto.
Like significant.
Yeah, I thought we had it bad, but no, that's way worse.
Phillies Blue Jays World Series is going to be interesting.
Philly's doing all right for themselves. They're hanging in there without Bryce.
Blue Jays are not actually right now.
Yeah, we'll get into the Blue Jays because the Blue Jays will be coming up next week, or after the All-Star break, rather. Yeah. We'll talk about the Blue Jays, I imagine, at some point. But yeah, they are not good. Right now. They're not a good team.
They're going through it right now.
But before we hit record, just back to the point, it's interesting. I don't want to call it like a generational divide here, but Jake mentioned he does not know who John Burkett is, which, to be fair, I'm not like sure how many listeners do or don't. He's a very random player from the early 2000s. I think he was on the team in 02 and 03. John Burkett, that is, pitcher. And then Liam asked us after I mentioned that, well, my first game was around that time. So that's when I started really kind of just being lucid, being cognizant of the team. Liam asked us what our first games were. I don't remember if it was 01 was my first game. It was against the Blue Jays, though, when they lost. My second game, which I do remember, almost like this is like the first lucid game. Derek Lowe's no-hitter. That was a fun little thing to have as a kid.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was good. I didn't really I remember the event. I didn't really understand the gravity of having a no-hitter. As far as I know, that happened like every other game. But no, that was that was fun to be at as a kid. That was very fun. How about you guys?
Oh, so for me, for me it was around the same time. But it was 2002. First time I went to Fenway. Ted Williams had just passed away, so like the number 9 was still
he
had just been frozen.
Yeah, exactly. They just put him under.
Like Han Solo towards the end of Empire Strikes Back, they put him into the
frozen in carbonite. But they had number 9. Like these are all details from my father. I just remember, like Fitz said, like I just remember being there. Like I remember the Green Monster, and that's pretty much it. But they were playing the Tigers. I know that much because I've looked it up on Baseball Reference. Number 9 was mowed into the outfield, and I think they won. Pedro may or may not have pitched. We don't have the exact date, but may have seen Pedro in my first game. Who's to say?
I might have the ticket stub for mine up there somewhere. I have kind of like a shadow box of knickknacks and ticket stubs, things of that nature. I actually have one from the 99. What was that?
No, I was going to say, I believe before the game, maybe this was like a day before or after, but we went to that. Do you guys remember that chain restaurant with like the talking tree? And
that's Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah, Rainforest
no, different one. It was like
a different talking tree.
Yeah, like I'll have to pull it up. Yes, it was. Yes,
it was Bugaboo.
Bugaboo Creek. Yes,
Bugaboo Creek. Rest in peace. Bugaboo slapped.
Oh, I never did that. What the fuck is that?
Bugaboo. It was kind of like an Outback Steakhouse kind of chain, Jake. It was.
Oh my god, this tree is horrifying.
Send it into the group chat. Send it into the group chat here. I need to see this because I don't recall the tree.
He's horrifying.
It was bomb though. They had great bread, Liam. Do you remember their bread?
Not really.
It's like kind of similar to like the bread you get at Outback. It was good. Good steaks. They had like the warm cookie skillet with the ice cream for dessert.
Yeah, I don't think it's around anymore.
There may I remember this tree. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember this tree. Never mind. Yeah, no, that guy ruled.
Undeniable. Yeah, the second you see him.
The guy's faded, dude. The guy's stoned to the bejesus belt. Look at him.
Number of locations 0. Defunct as of June 2016.
Oh,
that's sad.
He's like, yeah, I'm good to drive. Don't worry. There's one of your out of context pictures, Liam.
Yeah. Oh, the tree is for sure going in that tweet.
I'd never heard of this place. I never had been or heard of this place.
They didn't have it in Connecticut. Maybe it was.
What is it? What is it called again? Sorry. What is it?
Boo. One word. That just has a bug. Like there's a bug.
I guess there was one in Manchester, Connecticut, but I never went.
I went to the one in Braintree all the time.
Huh. I like their vibe. I like the sort of. I wish I had gone.
Again, it's like a Canadian Outback Steakhouse. It's a Mountie Steakhouse. Yes. Practically.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, or like the woods in Maine or in Washington, something like that. It's similar to Outback Steakhouse though. It was good though. I was a big fan of Bugaboo Creek. We'll have to go into some regional chain restaurant talk at some point.
But yeah, that was so that was my first Red Sox game. Jake, how about you?
So I actually do have the actual date somewhere, date and game, but it was an August game in 2004. was the first
Good
one
year.
I remember. I may have gone as like a little wee baby, but I was 5 for that, so I have a memory of this. That was the first one I have a memory of. They won, and I believe Wake started, but I do not. Unfortunately, I do not have the it on me.
They were rolling that time of the year, like
by
like
then.
the first half of 04, they were almost kind of like sleepwalking. Like they were above 500, but they were kind of.
They didn't turn it on till late
that
July,
Yankees
August
series,
time.
yeah, after the basically the A-Rod Tech fight, that series. That's when they really started to put the pedal to the metal. Obviously, lost the division, but worked out for them in the end. Speaking of the
wait, what
Yankees,
happened? What was the what happened with that?
In 04?
Yeah.
Oh, the Red Sox made it pretty far that year. They made it to the ALCS. The Yankees.
It was looking a little dicey at one point, but
well, for the Yankees, yeah. Game 1 for the Yankees was tough, but they jumped out. They won that, then they won the next couple of games, and
yeah.
I don't know what happened.
The Yankees, surely they advanced after that.
Yeah, surely.
My phone is about to die. I'm not going to look up what happened, but. They won. It's fine.
Just
speaking
of,
I
do have one more.
So, what's that?
I have one more note about my first Red Sox game.
Yeah.
So
one more note about Bugaboo Creek.
But I got several more notes. I got a whole song's worth of notes.
I don't know. I don't know how I didn't start with this, but the most memorable moment from the day, and our family still talks about it because it was like me, my cousins, and we were in a suite that day. One of my cousins, she dropped a Nomar Garciaparra foul ball. We talk about it to this day. And,
have you guys ever got a foul?
No, I have not.
No, never.
I haven't either. The only thing I've ever gotten, I caught a batting practice ball once, but that's who gives a shit. Vlad Jr. threw a ball to me last April when it was like there was nobody there, and I was near the Jays dugout, so like it was then or never because there was nobody within 40 feet of me. It was the COVID.
Who's this young boy I'm going to toss this ball to?
Yeah, so that's my only ball I've ever gotten from like a player or anything.
That's one more from me. I'm trying to think.
I had Mark Reynolds toss his batting gloves at me once. Before an Orioles game. No, it's a long story.
No time like the present, man.
You have to elaborate on that.
So I was at the game with my high school girlfriend at the time, and they were her seats, and they were amazing seats, like behind home plate at Oriole Park. So like we got there early, and as he was like headed back into the clubhouse post BP, he tossed the gloves up to me. And because I was there with her, I was like, well, this is awkward because I'm not technically an Orioles fan. So like we split the gloves. Like I gave her one glove, I had the other. And then a couple years later, because like it was a long term. This was like a full, totally throughout high school relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I gave her the other glove at one point as like an anniversary gift. And one of her dogs promptly chewed it up.
Oh no.
That's tough.
So
I thought you were going to say she dumped you because you gave her a batting glove as an anniversary.
No, there were other gifts at the time, but like that was one of several. I was like, this will be great. Like she'll really appreciate it. She'll have the whole pair, whatever. And no, the dog ate the glove I gave her.
That's tough. That's so tough. We parted ways a week later. It was a deterioration after that.
Didn't last much longer after that, but
that's tough.
Yeah.
Oh, young love. In any event, the Red Sox past week, another weird week. 2 straight weird weeks for the Red Sox, where just finishing below 500. A lot of bad, a lot of good. Coming out of the last stretch of games. 3-4 since we last spoke, the Boston Red Sox baseball club is 2.5 games clear of the wild card. They're in that top wild card spot as we currently speak. They're playing Tampa down in Florida tonight, so that'll change one way or the other because I think Tampa's in that second spot. The Orioles, I think, half game back at this point.
Can they fuck off? Like, I like that it's but like,
dude,
this is
I'd rather
not
them than Toronto, dude. I'd rather them than Toronto.
They're 2 games back of Toronto and Seattle, who are both.
Oh, 2 games. I thought I heard it was a half game, but
they're 1 game under 500.
They're actually 2.5 up on Tampa, or 1.5 up on Tampa, so they could lose tonight and actually still hold the first wild card. So
no, it'll be exactly. With after all of the talk that happened in the preseason of here they come, like last year was the warning, here come the Blue Jays, they're World Series favorites, for them to just miss out. If they were to miss out to, of all teams, Baltimore, that would just be that would be perfect.
They're 1-9 in their last 10.
Oof.
They've lost 4 straight. Their run differential is only +9. The Orioles and Cleveland are like right behind them at -14 and -9.
Seattle is still negative, aren't they?
No, they're +22.
I was gonna say they've been hot
now.
like the last week and a half, 2 weeks,
because they've won 8 straight now too.
Yeah, I mean, this is too much.
Now the Mariners are in Washington. They should take care of business there.
Oh God.
But yeah, good for Baltimore. The boys are hot. I almost went to the game Friday night where Mancini walked off.
Was that the Hawaiian shirt or the bucket hat?
No, the bucket hat. Bucket hat's a big night. Should have gone. Forgot to ask.
Camden was buzzing at one point. I forgot which game it was, but they were doing the Seven Nation Army chant. They were
so
Queen
corny.
City, man.
So corny.
It's very corny. It's very corny, but hey, it's nice to see them have something.
As someone who's grown up in the area, the fact that like they think they created it makes me eye roll every time. It's like it's synonymous.
At least it fits into the team. I think the Yankees do it too. Like that's corny. At least with Baltimore, you have like the O connotation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Yankees can't think of anything better than just to do Seven.
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, they do have that, huh?
Yeah.
I never even realized that.
Yeah. Well, as for the Blue Jays, the whole thing, like they're good offense, but their pitching has always been like, you got Gosman, you got Berrios, but if the whole
Berrios
pitching
sucks,
staff isn't,
actually.
He's really bad. He was good when they it was a good idea when they got him, but now he's been hot garbage the last like month and a half, 2 months. He's been cold. He's been pretty streaky in general over his career. His numbers always seem to like find like a level watermark, but when he's off, he's off. But yeah, they're 22nd in team ERA right now, 4.10 team ERA. That's no bueno. That's not ideal. But back to the team that we talk about. 17 coming on 18 minutes now. We're finally going to talk about the Red Sox. General thoughts on the week that was, because like I had mentioned, some just real dog shit moments this past week. Some real bad. One of them being just Friday night in general, which of course that's the game of the series that I went to when we got our fucking dicks kicked in. But it ended on such a high note. I mean, the walk-off Saturday night, the performance Sunday night to come back after a cold start to win that game handedly. It's encouraging to say the least. Now as you go on the road before the All-Star break, Liam, what were your thoughts on the week that was?
Yeah, so I got to say, like, after they dropped 2 of 3 against Tampa, and then they dropped the first 2 against the Yankees, I thought the conversation we were going to have tonight was going to go a lot differently.
I thought this was going to be red alert here. Like,
even leading up to, like, 10 p.m. Saturday night when they were still trailing, until they tied it up in the 8th, I was like, if they lose 3 of 4 or had lost all 4, I mean, it would have been a disaster. But the fact that they salvaged 2, one of which was the Cutter Crawford start, and the other one which was a piss poor Pivetta start. Thanks a lot, Jake.
Wow. He doesn't face the music of potentially jinxing Nick Pivetta. He just went into it.
We have lost Jake after that comment. He's back now. He's back to defend himself. But no, I will say the fact that we lost the Winkowski and the Seabold starts. Like that I'm not worried about. The silver lining is, okay, you won one of the 3 rookie starts, and when you had Pivetta on the hill, you still won, even though he looked terrible. But all in all, I feel good going into Tampa tonight. I think Bayo in his second start will be a bit more comfortable tonight.
Yeah, I think he's going to be fine. The command stuff that's going to come in time. In general, it is what it is. You could see in that you could see in that start, like the raw stuff was there. It was
sure,
like electric.
And I think the fact that it's the same team definitely helps.
Yeah,
in terms of just like, okay, like I've already faced these guys, so you just go again, and I don't know. I still feel good about the team. Yeah, like say they're still leading the wild card by the All-Star break. That's all we can ask for, really.
And especially encouraging, again, considering the fight to come back after 2 tough losses to the Yankees, and after dropping a couple games against Tampa, to come back and get a split of that Yankee series is huge for the morale. So that's definitely encouraging. Great amount of fight in this team. Let's hear from the Brian Bayo #1 fan man himself. Jake, your general thoughts on the week that was.
So Liam was just saying that it would have been like code red had they dropped 3 or all even of the Yankee game. What I wanted of the Yankee series, what I wanted to say is how like ridiculous it really is that even if that didn't happen and we're in first place, even if it did, I think we would be in second place. Like the whole AL wild card is like
it's a mess
horrid.
Right now.
Every team is like nobody can pull away. They either like. It's every wildcard team has very real flaws that, there's like, I don't know, what is there, 5 teams now for the 3 spots? 6? Maybe?
The White Sox stink. The White Sox stink, and they're 2.5 back.
I'd say they're probably
Baltimore during the conversation, Seattle getting back in the mix, us, Tampa, Toronto.
Still in there. Cleveland's still in there too.
How about us going into that series in Cleveland and being worried about the Guardians, and they're now under 500?
Yeah, they don't tanked.
They don't scare me.
They do not move.
2-8, 2-8 in their last 10.
It's how often are you going to have to?
Not moving me. I'd like to get into how the Yankees might be frauds because they did not move me this weekend. I must be frank. They did not move me.
This is a weird
triple A pitchers, 3 of the 4 games.
Worcester Red Sox coming at you.
The Worcester Red Sox, and they only took 2 of 4.
Doing Wally, not Wally, Smiley proud. I will say this was such a weird series because we went with the split, and I think going into it, I was like, if we can get a split here, it's fine. You go forward with it. This very easily could have gone 15 other different ways. This could have been a 4-game sweep of the Red Sox. That this easily could have been 3 or 4 going to the Red Sox. Friday night was a winnable game. Saturday for a hot set, like you stated, and until the wheels completely went off. But then you could have, you easily could have lost Saturday. Easily could have not had to come back last night. It's weird that it just ends up in the split because this really could have been a huge swing one way or the other. But I think it does kind of speak to the point that, the Yankees could have had a 4-game sweep here, but they only got the split against, like you had mentioned, some obviously not this Red Sox team at their highest power. They're the top of their game considering their injuries and whatnot. So weird series.
Also, how about Winkowski the night after his start being like, "Yeah, they didn't really impress me that much."
Yeah, he literally, he for real got on the mic. Like, they don't move me.
Yeah, time and place.
He said it, not us.
The time and place. We kind of Gigi say it.
I love that.
Gigi said it.
I do love that.
Yeah, I think it's fun if after every start of his, he just shits on whatever team he pitched against. Like, that's so funny. He's done it twice now. That's awesome.
Even if he cops up 10 runs. They got lucky.
Yeah, who cares?
What he had the grand slam to Donaldson, and the very next pitch was the home run from Hicks. So, if I'm him, I'm like, hey, I threw 2 bad pitches, so whatever.
Resulted in 5 runs.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is.
Giving up next bombs to Josh Donaldson in 2022 is grim. That's grim.
When he went deep off Seabold the next night, I was like, oh
I wanted to puke.
And he had annoying. One arm. He swung with one arm. He threw his wrists at it and it went out.
Yeah.
There was no.
I can't stand that guy.
And he's racist. On top of that,
he's a piece of shit. So the split was fine. It was fine. It's all right. So especially considering how the series started, you'll absolutely take that. That's a good time to transition into fuck with, don't fuck with. Just let's get into some specifics here. Does anyone want to do the honors to start? Does anyone want to step to the plate, per se?
Are we starting with don't?
Do you want to start with don't?
Yeah, because then I'd like to roll on positives.
There we go. So let's start what we're not fucking with.
All right. Can I go?
You can go.
Go ahead.
All right. My don't fuck with is Jake Diekman. I think
I
he's
knew
the
you were
worst
gonna do.
pitcher. I think he's the worst pitcher I've ever watched. I really
Jake on Jake crime.
Yeah. I have never in my 23 years been so frustrated watching one guy pitch. There's just he throws the ball. He throws the ball and he literally does not know where it's going. Like he has such little control. It's like a miracle he made it this far. I don't understand. I hate him.
In hindsight, it's funny when he came in on Saturday because Verdugo with the walk-off for the win, obviously. But going into that judge at bat, everyone on the timeline. I was watching with Alex. I was watching with Missimo Pena. Everyone knew what was going to happen. Yeah. Everyone.
I tweeted
it was just a matter of, is it going to be a home run? It ended up being a double, but like everyone knew that Judge was going to drive in a run there to reclaim the lead.
Cora had really good comedic timing there. Really good commitment to the bit to put in like the worst lefty reliever on earth against the MVP, who's a righty. With a guy on second in extra innings, like the most high leverage. Oh, he's so bad. He stinks. Did he sign a 2-year deal?
I thought it was 1.
Ooh, he might have. Now that you say that, Jake.
I know. I think he did.
Liam, do you want to find that, or do you want me to look it up?
I've got it right here. I have his contract.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, he's got the numbers right here.
Yeah, he's got a 2-year deal with a team option. That's sickening stuff.
I hope they don't exercise it.
I hope they cut him now.
Well, so again, looking forward to the to the 3-month-long stretch where Diekman's absolutely fucking untouchable.
I don't know.
I was about to say that he was going to become my fuck with after Jake had said that.
So can I actually transition into mine, because that's a perfect segue into my don't fuck with. My don't fuck with this week is Jake for jinxing Nick Pivetta. After Jake gave him the him tag, there's been a couple stinkers from Nicky Smooches on the mound, and I don't appreciate that. I thought we were all Red Sox fans here looking for the best of the team. Clearly not. I was mistaken.
Yeah, I'll wear that one. I mean, that's on me.
Yeah, I got the numbers here. He's thrown 9 innings since Jake coined him. He's given up 13 earned runs.
Oh, no.
Yuck. PU.
Yuck.
Not ideal.
Yeah, that's not great.
When it's going bad for Pivetta, man, it is bad news bears. That location he gave up on the Stanton home run Sunday night, just disgusting. Do not want to give that kind of cookie.
Like 92 at his belt.
Just nothing. Yeah. What do you expect Giancarlo Stanton to do with that? It's a fucking laser. Opposite field too. Oppo Taco. But yeah, when the command is off for him, it can be real nasty work. Am I worried about him going forward? No, not really. I still expect him to be a solid contributor in the rotation. He's not going to be as good as he was for that month and a half long stretch where he was spectacular, one of the best pitchers in baseball, but he doesn't have to be. Going forward, I think he's going to be fine, but he needs a little slap on the wrist for this last stretch of games for him. Not loving that, even though we got the win last night, Sunday night. That was not encouraging to see. And by proxy, Jake needs that slap of the wrist as well. To go back to hating Pivetta, please. Go back to dunking on his ass.
Yeah, well, I tweeted his. I've revoked the him title. He is not him right now.
All right, we're back. We moved.
Thank God.
Right.
Thank God.
Yeah, accountability right there. You like to see that.
Well, you can't be him. You come out last night like that. You're not him against the division rivals. You give up 6 runs in 3 innings. That's not him.
The dog's still in him. That doesn't matter if he is him or is not him. That's just you're born with that or you don't. So the dog is still inside of him, still lodged in his arteries and whatnot. But the him status, Yeah, it's been revoked as of now.
He can get it back. To be clear,
Yeah,
he can get it back,
sure.
but he does not have it right now. He does not have it
He's
right now.
He's in timeout right now. He's in timeout.
Yeah.
So, that's the status
last
with
night
Nicky
was super
Smooches.
frustrating. Was so frustrating was he gave up the 4 runs in 2 innings, and it was like, all right. And then he settled down a little bit. He got 2 outs in the 3rd, and then he gives up another 2 because we got it to 4-2. Then he gives up a 2-run bomb to literally Matt Carpenter,
who's having a great campaign. He's having I don't know
where did he come from. What's that?
I don't know what Wheaties he's
dead.
eating. Yeah.
Well, also, a note on Matt Carpenter: the fact that all the Yankees fans are like, oh, like nobody else was in on him. When literally, like, there was an article a week before he signed that the Red Sox and the Rangers were both talking to him too. What are we doing? Get out of here! Like, you didn't invent him.
Carpenter's OPS right now is 1.307.
No, he's fucking mashing, dude.
I think he's got 20, he's got 10 home runs and
he found the power.
He's got like 20 hits for the Yankees, but half are home runs.
22 hits, 10 of them are home runs in 26 games.
That's dumb.
Yeah, good find for them, man. Did you hear the ESPN mic last night picked up a fan yelling at him saying you look like a creepy uncle?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty funny.
It's weird how Carpenter fell off. It's not that we need to do Matt Carpenter.
Kyle Carpenter?
But no, what?
Carpenter?
No, that's what I heard too.
Matt.
I heard Kyle.
I promise.
Hey, this is recorded. We can run it back. But continue.
I was saying it's crazy how he fell off a cliff. Like, he was so good for like 7 years, and then he had a 143 OPS plus in 18, and the next year he had 92, 79, 63, and then now he's back. He has his OPS plus is 267 right now. I don't think that's sustainable, but we'll see.
His like, he gets up to like a 96 on MLB The Show. That card is disgusting, Liam. I don't know if you've ever used it. That's a good card.
No, I haven't.
It's a pretty good card. What are you not fucking with this week, Liam? What do you got?
I gotta say it, and I hate to say it, but Bobby D, he's got to go.
He's
I can't.
Go. He's got to go.
I can't watch it anymore. The at bat against Chapman last night. If I wasn't already out, I'm out now.
Just
Chapman
too horrible. Low and inside, not even close to the plate.
Right, like not even like even like the 3 at bats
too. It got him once, and you'd be like, okay, Bob, you know that pitch.
And then it was even further inside the third strike. Like, what? Oh, I can't hit him anymore.
It was gonna hit him like in the back, like the top of the back foot. That last one.
Like, okay, in his defense, Vasquez struck out on a similar pitch his next at bat, but Vasquez has the dog in him.
Hold that thought on Vaz. That's a little
we can get we can get into that later. But no, I can't. But Bobby's got to go. I need Franchi at first base every day. The fact that Bobby's at third base tonight instead of Jeter Downs was mind numbing. Seeing that lineup earlier this afternoon. But yeah, I'm out.
I'm expecting name and address withheld to come like bursting through the wall, the ceiling, whatever it might be, to defend his honor.
Somehow gonna like hop on from her own computer. See a fourth channel
has the link to the StreamYard. She slips it to her. She comes in, guns blazing. But I said it last week. I'll say it again. He can't hit for power consistently, at least. I mean, when he gets a hold of one, sure, fine. He's a big right-handed corner bat. I would hope he could. Yeah, he can't hit for contact. Horrible plate approach, and he can't field. And he's a righty first baseman. So why the hell is he still on the team? What use does he provide? He doesn't provide you a lefty-righty platoon.
Right? It's not even
he
like
has
that.
To. He has to have options.
Yeah, let him go figure it out. They don't even have Cassis down there right now.
Right, like there's no one blocking him at first base. Roberto Ramos opted out of his Worcester contract, so I don't know who's playing first base for them right now.
Fitzy? I think it's Fitzy, actually.
Bring Fitzy up, baby.
It's Fitzy time.
How much worse can Fitzy be than Dahlbeck? I'm sorry. I try to be positive. I don't want to shit on these guys. I know, like, they're to reach this level is so incredibly hard, and I'm sure it's a lot of pressure playing in Boston. Yada yada yada, all that stuff. I try to be positive, but man, like, how much worse can it get with Dahlbeck? He's useless. He's freaking useless. No, like productive outs or anything like that. Bad
No.
approach at the plate, non-competitive ABs. When it's outside of the zone, he's swinging, and when it's right down the dick, the bat's on the shoulders. It seems like it's maddening. It's maddening.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
bad. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to add. He really stinks.
Yeah,
I
can't.
He's bad.
It's is it even like not fucking like well yeah you're not fucking with him, but it's beyond that at this point. It's like the Robles thing. It's like there's only so many times we can give him the
We can
don't
keep
fuck
running him
with
out
tag
there.
before something has to give. And also farewell sweet prince Hanzo Robles. It was fun while it lasted. Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, pull him
that
out.
crashed
Lord,
in-
carry him now.
You know, it's better to burn out than to fade away. Let's end with the positivity here, Jake. Fuck with. What do you got, friend?
Ooh, well, there was actually a couple good positives this last week. I mean, we went 3 and 4, but there was a couple good ones. I'll go with. Well, Fitz, I know you're teased, so I'll pick a different one. I'll go with Verdugo.
Yeah.
Just in
I was
general,
going to go for Dugo if you went what I was going to do there.
Just in general, he loves the bright lights. He's clutch. He gets big hits. Like he's having a down year, and I think from what I understand, his like analytics and stuff are still pretty good. He's just been really unlucky a lot. But I still believe in him, and he gets big hits, and I like him, and he's a good guy. And that's all I got to say. And I think I've said this as a joke several times. I genuinely, in my soul, believe the shift being banned next year will make him an all-star. I think I cannot express how good that will be for him.
Yeah, I mean that's going to help a lot of players.
You were calling for a ground ball. No, he said. I said Jake was calling for a ground ball.
He did
when he tied it up.
He did hit a ground ball.
Yeah, just nobody was there. Thank God.
But he went the other way, that's big when he does that.
To your point about Verdugo's analytics, Jake, according to Zavon here, 76th percentile in xWOBA, which is pretty good, and that's also trending generally up over the last 100 plate appearances. His current batting average is 262, which that's a fine batting average. Expected batting average, get this, is 308. That's the expected batting average. 95th percentile expected batting average. He's not striking out a ton. He's getting the ball in play even when he's out. Expected slugging at 80th percentile too. He's not hitting the ball extremely hard, but whenever he gets a hold of it, it's just on a line. He's a great kind of a doubles hitter, and I hope he doesn't go the way of Andrew Benintendi when he was here in Boston, like a natural kind of lefty
try to bulk
doubles.
Up.
Yeah, exactly. Try to hit 25 homers a year when that's never going to be your game. But to your point about Verdugo's clutch hitting, it's a nice breath of fresh air. Excuse me. To see a guy again who's not trying to completely crush the ball. I sound like a boomer here, but for a guy who just sit back if need be and just poke it into the hole. Take it out of context. That sounds exactly right. Yeah. Just good pieces of hitting all around. Great, like that grounder that we had just mentioned to go opposite way to tie the game Saturday. That was a nice piece of hitting to get the job done. And then the winning one, that was a nice little rope into right field to bring home
left
2
on
runs
left too, which made me very happy.
Again, that's just good hitting. He has a good approach at the plate. He's going to give you some competitive at bats just about any time he's up there. So that's very refreshing to see. And Verdugo is. You know what? First heroics, maybe he should get him of the week, like the Franchi Award.
The Franchi Him of the Week award goes to Alex Verdugo. I would agree, him or Vasquez.
So that's my fuck with Vasquez.
Why don't you? Yeah.
When we were struggling at the start of the year, what was a thing that we always brought up? It was the bottom third of the lineup just being complete ass. Even though Vasquez has been fifth a couple times. He's fifth on Sunday,
he's hitting
right? Yeah,
fucking second the last couple days.
Yeah, exactly. But for all intents and purposes, he's a guy that is going to be deeper in your lineup. But he's delivered. 4 RBIs over the last week. Jimmy Jack he had recently. He's been solid in extending the lineup, and that's been helpful to see. Now, does this continue with Vasquez? Remains to be seen. We've seen him be streaky one way or the other. But as of right now, it's just fun to ride up the hot streak with Christian Vasquez. and make this lineup just a little bit deeper, because God knows they need it when the middle of the lineup outside of Devers isn't really producing. JD has, for mainly, I know he's had a couple exceptions here and there, but he's been a little underwhelming as of late. Bogaerts is, Bogaerts is getting on base. He's had some good games, but Bogaerts has also had some pretty tough ABs as of late. But not that I'm worried about him. But when the middle, what were you gonna say?
No, to bring up Bogaerts, like there is no Verdugo walk off if Josh Donaldson cleans that. Fields that ball from Bogaerts cleanly. That's a double play.
Yeah.
Like every time. So Bogaerts and JD. Okay, I'm not worried about them, but it's like at some point.
Well, the one thing with JD,
it's probably last year on the team, so
Stats did put that out there today.
I don't like
JD's an interesting one. Really,
JD doesn't. The power stroke for JD hasn't been there. So only 9 home runs on the year.
When we were talking in May, he was like on fire. He was hitting like 380 at one point, and like he hasn't done anything for the last 3 to 4 weeks. So
again, he's getting on base and he's whether it's a walk or a base hit, but we're not paying him just to get singles. You know what I mean? Where last 2+ weeks he's only had 1 homer.
So this is a little off track, but I wanted to get your guys' opinion. Sean, I know I shouldn't take what Dan Shaughnessy says as gospel or anything. But he tweeted last night. He tweeted last night about how Benny, Schwarber, and Mookie are all-stars, and Devers and Bogaerts are all-stars, and these are all guys that they either didn't pay or will not pay. And I know that he's like an ass.
That's such revisionist history on Benintendi, man.
But like,
oh, for sure.
These signings don't exist in a vacuum. Like, yeah, I'd love to sign all the good players. That's not how you build a fucking roster,
Yeah.
Like Benny was ass when we traded him. Like he was.
You know what? Good for Benny. Good for Benny now that he's
good. Benny figured it out.
I'm pumped for him.
100%.
Yeah, I'm not letting him figure that out on my team.
Midwest guy, He's only a 6-hour drive from Cincinnati. Great for
Mookie.
For him.
Sure. Mookie. Yeah, that was bad. And then Schwarber. It's like I'm not letting Kyle Schwarber play defense or JD Martinez play defense. I'm not doing that. We had to do that for a month and a half. I wanted to gouge my fucking eyes out last year.
And the defense has been, for all things considered, the defense has been pretty damn solid for this team. So to throw that in,
it was so bad last year. Like I'm not doing that.
Who would you rather be playing first right now, Kyle Schwarber or Bobby Dahlbeck? Based on defense, obviously the offense, you take Schwarber, you'd live with any defensive woes.
Well,
but
to be honest, I actually probably would take Kyle Schwarber if that. But we
100%.
Also didn't know Bobby would be like this bad.
He's not good defensively, and not to keep punching on him, but he's. Ugh.
I mean, it's a tough break that Schwarber was a free agent a year earlier than JD was. If JD hit free agency last year, easy.
Yeah,
that's an easy call. But it's that's life. Whatever.
What are you gonna do, Liam? You were saying.
What are you gonna do, really?
No, I was gonna say Schwarber made a great diving play and left the other night, which I was stunned by.
I saw that. Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I bet quite honestly, if we had re-signed him and he was playing first every day, he probably would have gotten injured at this point. Yeah. To be quite honest.
Yeah, that's another. He's not like a model of health either. I don't know.
So I mean, the fact
he's
that
only playing the field because Harper got hurt. Like he's not.
Yeah, like he would have.
He's not meant to be out there.
Yeah. In any event,
anyway, so that pissed me off, and I was like, rag on the owners or the front office or whatever, but it's like only two of those, maybe a third, who knows? We don't know. Devers are problematic, but it's like, I don't know.
It's Dan Shaughnessy. Yeah. It's Dan Shaughnessy. Liam, what do you got? What are you fucking with, my friend?
I got a fun one, and Fitz, you may not like it.
Oh God.
I'm going JBJ for his 9th inning heroics on Friday night.
I love Jackie.
just gassing it up at 92 and striking out DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was very fun, and I'm sorry you had already left to
Yeah,
go to the bullpen bar.
I was bullpen there. Shout out my buddy John. Shout out Lucy Burge. Shout out Ben. We ran into Ben at the bar.
Oh, there you go.
Ben
Very
came
nice.
to say hi to us. A couple other friends coming in there too. I had already left at that point.
But no, JB just I at least it was fun. Like it would have sucked if it was, here's Kevin Pilecki throwing up Ephus pitches, but at least Jackie gave the folks a show. That's not really what you can say for anybody else that's taking the mound these days when they're a position player. And he tweeted he had more left in the tank. But Cora told him to take it easy. So I don't know. Just something fun in an otherwise awful evening.
The next Otani.
Yeah,
it was a fun night. Besides the fact that they got their dicks kicked in. Shout out to Jacob too. I don't want to be remiss on Jacob, who was at the bar. Not our Jacob, a different Jacob. But no, yeah, that's people have kind of gotten a little jaded on the position player pitching dad.
Well, no, like I think when a guy comes in,
I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, like God, I'm totally blanking on his name now. In Tampa, who comes in and just like makes it fun.
Brett Phillips.
Yeah, Brett Phillips, exactly. Yeah. Like he comes in and like
the Wallinger residence.
Sorry, I punched my microphone.
But like but Brett Phillips comes in and like makes it fun, but at the same time, like, I mean, he's taking it seriously. Like he's not going up there just to like, hopefully force some weak contact like when Pujols took the mound in St. Louis that one Sunday night. So I don't know. It was cool. I would like to see it again if we get the chance. But now that Jackie's done it, maybe we give Verdugo a chance. Put Bobby up there. Maybe
it was fucked up they didn't let Verdugo do it. I know.
I want to see him do it so bad.
Well, he said he wants to like. That's what he wants to maybe try that at some point, right?
Well, that's what I mean. You know what? They probably didn't let him do it because he probably would have like gone
too hard, yeah,
and like torn his UCL or something like that. Could have,
I guess that's smart, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they should give Bobby a chance at this point. What a story that would be. Bobby turning into a trusted bullpen arm.
The reverse,
could you imagine?
The reverse Frank Cord.
Yeah.
Frank Cord?
The reverse. No, Rick Ankiel.
Yeah, Rick Ankiel.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to JBJ.
Somebody just did that. He was on the Tigers. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Ghosts. Anthony Ghosts.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he used to play for Toronto.
And maybe now he's on the Tigers. That's what it was.
Yeah, now he's pitching.
Now. Yeah,
he was pitching for like Team USA in the Olympics last year, if I'm remembering that right.
With Shane Baz.
Yeah, great guy.
And Captain America, Tristan Casas on that team.
That's true.
So yeah, that's fuck with, don't fuck with, and that's the week that was for the Red Sox. 2 All-Stars going to LA. That's fun. Xander and Rafi.
Schreiber should have made it. I was sad.
Yeah,
I think he gets the nod once like starting pitchers will be lined up the day or two before the game, or people just don't decide not to go. But him or Pivetta would be nice to see. Yeah.
What do you think about the 1 player per team rule for the All-Star game?
Hate it.
I
like it. I like it.
I mean, it's fun. At this point. Yeah, I understand. But no,
it's like give everyone a reason to watch it. Like people want to see at least one of their guys. And plus, you know what? That's why Brock Holt is a one-time All-Star.
That's true. That's true. So 2015.
You can't hate it if you're a Red Sox if you like Brock.
How is he I mean, that was great and fun, but was he really like the one guy?
That was a bad fucking team, man.
That was another year
was
where
on that team. Did he suck?
Well, I think Mookie was just like fine at that point. Like, he was pretty good.
I think a lot of it was like a continuation of the Brock Holt narrative from 2014. That kind of like pushed him over the edge. Team. Yeah, I think that was another year.
It wasn't Ortiz. Ortiz had a 913 OPS that year. Should have been him.
Who's the ALDH?
I don't know.
Cruz.
You guys keep talking.
Encarnacion.
Figure it out.
Probably Encarnacion, if I had to guess. 2015. Yeah. That's when the Blue Jays were sense. Really. That was Donaldson's MVP year, so it would make sense for Encarnacion. Good.
Nelson Cruz started.
Well, there you go.
And that was it. Really, they didn't have another one.
Oh, interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
nevertheless,
Speaking of all-stars though, like Bogarts, the fact that we failed him multiple times now with the final vote, like
All-star
I feel
voting.
bad for him.
I'll
It's a
speak out
joke
against it.
that
It's fucking stupid.
the
Just
fans
pick
should not
the
be
team.
allowed to do it.
No, the fans should have no say.
No.
Fans have too much power. They should have none.
we're stupid, is what we're saying. We're very
Imagine
dumb.
if like 3 of us pick the All-Star team.
Yeah.
You know how fucking dumb that would be? We don't deserve that.
We would just make it a bit out of it. Bobby would be at first.
Yeah,
Dominic
Bobby's
would be-
you'd have
We have Royals fans.
Hansel starting the All-Star game.
Trisket Mesmer, your starting center fielder for the American
Papa
League.
John.
Los Angeles
Mike-
Angels.
Michael Papa John.
Michael, okay, people don't know that. I was watching. People aren't going to enjoy this, but I have to explain this. There is the movie was it? I forgot. I already forgot. It's not Rookie. It's Little Big League, right? That's the Twins ones and Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
the
where
Cubs
he-
ones
where
from the
he's like-
90s.
I've never seen Little Big League.
Oh, Little Big League's great. A lot of great cameos. Like
I'll take your
Griffey
word
shows
for it.
up.
Yeah, Brady Johnson comes running in at one point. But I was flipping in between the channels of Sunday Night Baseball, sitting there with my dad. Commercial break on ESPN. I flip over onto MLB Network. They're playing there's a Sunday primetime game going on right now, so we have to play a movie right now. There is a Twins, appears to be the left fielder, just kind of based on the angle of the shot here in the ending credits. The character's name is Tucker Kane, which is a fire name. The actor's name is Michael Papa John. I swear to God, that's one word at the end. Michael Papa John. I don't know where to go with further with that. I felt that was important for all of you listeners to know that there is a man out there whose name is Michael Papa John.
Heir to the Papa John fortune.
I've actually. Oh my God! Wait, guys! I've just searched him. Let's take a big time out. He is the robber in Spider-Man 1 that holds up the boxing.
No
boxing.
way. But then where he's like,
Yeah.
Thanks a
When
lot,
he's-
kid.
Yeah.
Runs into the elevator.
Yeah, and then he fucking falls off
That's
the
the part where
building.
it was my
Yes.
problem, that whole thing, yeah.
Yes.
That's him. That's
Wow.
Michael Papa. He actually has an incredible filmography here. He's a
What's
pretty
Papa
renowned
John in?
character.
Let's hear it. Rattle some off. You don't need to give his specific
So-
roles unless they're really interesting. But
So he's.
Oh,
it
shit, he
seems
was
like
in
he's
For
kind
Love
of
of
a
the Game?
go-to- Yeah, he's kind of like a go-to
baseball kind of.
no, like thug kind of. It seems like he's or like cop, like a blue collar guy. So he's in.
Hey, here comes the bat.
Yeah, he's like.
Don't
Well,
know
he's
about
in the
this
he's
one.
in the Dark Knight Rises as a prison guard.
Well, there you go.
He's in Transformers, Terminator Salvation. Like he's in stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Michael
This
Papa
is-
John. God bless him. God bless him.
He's in Nightcrawler. He's a security guard in Nightcrawler. Good movie. Jurassic World. He's in.
What the fuck? He's in Dawn of Planet of the Apes.
Oh, great movie.
Is he in
Great
Minions, perchance?
Unfortunately, no.
He's in the Bourne Legacy. This guy's got
Yeah.
some.
Yeah, Michael Papa John.
Hell yeah. Now the more you know.
Keep
Michael-
talking.
we
I
should
just got to
get
take a
Michael-
phone call real quick.
We should
He's
get
in
Michael Papa
He's
John
in
on.
Yes Man. He plays a lot of security guards.
Yeah, he does. Well, that's his look, kind of. He gives off. He's got that gray goatee. I like this guy. I'm all in.
Yeah, we're gonna add him to the out of context for tonight.
Yeah, he's one of our new characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there with the Mezman himself.
Yeah.
You know, we should
Charlie's Angels from the
And
year
Stan
2000.
Chera. And Stan Chera.
we should have a name Hall of Fame for Pawn on Lansdowne inaugural
We should.
classes.
Fitz,
Is
that's
Stan-
actually not the movie you were watching. You were watching Mr. Baseball.
I was watching Mr. Baseball.
No, he's in Little
act-
Big
no,
League.
No, pardon me.
No,
he
it's
is in
Little Big League.
He's in like 3 different like baseball movies.
In a row. In a row. He did The Babe, Mr. Baseball, and Little Big League back to back to back.
Watching just the same character throughout. That's his trilogy.
and-
That's
whoa,
his Godfather.
And he's in For Love of the Game.
Yeah, he's like the
Well, yeah,
intimidating Yankee batter.
Sam-
Yeah, Liam mentioned that. Yeah.
Sam Tuttle.
What a guy.
Michael Papa John.
He is a
and he's
classic,
in the
like
yard, which is football, but his name in that is Guard Papa John.
Inspired by his uncle, the late great Nick Papa John.
Please call me Jake. My father was Mr. Papa John.
unbelievable.
A good bit for Michael Papa John would be he just didn't like pizza. He was a fussy eater for pizza. It's like
lactose intolerant.
Oh,
I don't like sauce. It's too the sauce is gross.
My father was Mr. Papa John.
His Twitter is at Papa John, and when the whole Papa John's racism thing was going on, people are just angrily tagging him. I'm never eating your pizza again. I'm just Michael Papa John. I had nothing to do with it. Ah, man. That could be a good segue into the Thor talk.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Just movies. So yeah, if you don't want any more baseball talk, like Red Sox baseball talk, that's about it. I guess the only other thing I'd say about the Red Sox is that just hope you can tread water to the All-Star game, and then you've got to
survive. Who tweeted the current objective? Survive.
I think it was Liam.
that was me.
Yeah, that's
really what it is.
Get the break.
Yeah.
Get to the break, and then you got a nice stretch of home games that you got to take advantage of. Milwaukee coming in for that a weekend towards the end of July. That'll be interesting. But yeah, Thor. Jake, I feel like you didn't like it.
I did not. That's correct.
I did like it. I
Liam,
enjoyed myself.
Liam?
But this is a shitty
This is going to be a spoiler review, by the way. Spoiler review.
I mean, that reaction. There's no way you liked it, right?
No, I'm pretty lukewarm on it right now. I think I need to see it a second time because the theater I saw it in was shitty. So the audio,
yeah. I mean,
the audio sucked, the seats sucked. Like
so
typically, I'll go see like these.
It was definitely bad.
Yeah,
but that does make a movie worse.
Oh, for sure. Like typically, I'll see these in like IMAX or Dolby. But I went to like my local theater, and it's a dump. It's like falling apart. I
saw it in IMAX. I went to Somerville Assembly Row. That's a good theater there. I always go to it's my buddy's theater of choice, and we should go with him. So
I think I would have liked it if this CGI.
I thought you were a South Shore guy.
Oh no, I am. Yeah, I mean my home theater usually is the Braintree AMC.
There's no theaters down there.
No, there is. It's just I go with my buddy John to a lot of these like Star Wars or Marvel ones. We go with him.
All right, sorry.
Get off my case here, all right? Hey, I'm watching movies here.
Sorry.
No, but yeah, it's only like a 25 minute drive. It's not bad. Anyways, Liam, you were saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I would have liked it a lot more if if like the VFX hadn't taken me completely out of it.
Yeah. Okay, so I will say that
it looked so bad, and I don't know if it's the theater I saw it in.
No,
like maybe I need to see it in IMAX. I mean, people are telling me it looks terrible. All those screen grabs on Twitter. So like, I believe it. It just looked so bad. It looked rushed.
That's a thing that's Marvel's fault because like they're like notorious for having like graphic effect people on a crunch and all that kind of stuff. So
well, yeah,
I can live with it.
That's a
yesterday about how people like I fucking hate working for them. It's miserable.
Right. Yeah. Like that's a much larger conversation, but I just think like
all their they need to unionize. It'd be great if they would unionize the artists. They get
Marvel. Disney would never let that happen.
And it would be great if they actually did more like practical shots like going forward. But again, that's not going to happen because it's cheaper. Yeah. It's cheaper to do it with a blue screen or a green screen.
There is a union for the
the VFX. For the practical guys. Yeah, I was going to say. That makes sense.
It didn't totally take me out of it. Well, I liked it, so nothing really took me out of it. But when it is so bad that it does take you out of it, that's pretty tough. But I do get what you mean with that. I will say this as someone who didn't like it. A couple of things, just to get the negatives out of the way. I thought a good amount of the jokes landed for the most part. I think I liked the humor more than most. But I am begging Taika Waititi to take his movie seriously for more than 90 seconds at a time. He can do that. Yeah. He's allowed to. Now, like the screaming goats bit, I thought that was funny. I thought that was a good bit. But when he crashes, like the ship crashes into Gore's home planet, and then it screams like this is going to be like it's black and white. It just turned black. This is going to be a very serious part of the movie. And then when you have like
that was actually the one I thought. I thought that one.
That's the one I liked the most. That's the one I liked the most.
I was like, I thought for the most part, like every other goat scream for the most part, I thought landed. That one I was like, okay, like please, like let's take 2 seconds to take ourselves seriously here. And then there was a part here, like when they're at the town hall and there was a joke every 2 seconds. I'm like, okay, we get it. Like they're goofy, haha. But for the most part, I thought the humor landed. Maybe a little bit too much of it, not enough of it taking itself seriously. I could talk in circles about that, I guess. That's one thing. And then number 2, I could have used a little bit more Christian Bale. I still thought he was very good. I still thought it worked. Not really a story about him.
He has like 4 scenes in the whole movie.
Yeah, he's like
he could have used a little bit more.
That pissed me off. I needed more Christian Bale.
Established enough, like what his whole kind of thing was. I thought it still worked. I still thought he was very good.
He kills one guy on screen. He kills one person in the intro of the movie.
He's literally called the God. But do you need to show 10 scenes of him killing God? Like it is okay. We get it. Like this, he's a bad man of Jamma.
3, maybe even 2.
I just wanted like more dialogue from him. Like I didn't feel like I got enough Christian Bale dialogue or enough Christian Bale being like Gore, being Gore.
I could not believe.
Look at these weird scenes with like him and those kids. I'm like I don't care about these kids. Like I had no. They were like the stakes were so low for me.
Would the kids qualify as the MacGuffin? Like kinda, like a little bit.
The stakes were really low because even if there was. Like, obviously none of these villains ever win, but he couldn't even sort of win because him winning kills the main character of the movie. There's no, like they're not killing Thor, I promise you.
I think the thing that bugged me was, like, okay, I wasn't getting enough Christian Bale, but then, like, towards the end of the movie, there were, like, Easter eggs that I thought were hinting at, like, Galactus, like the statues, wherever, like, Gore was like
that was a you thing.
Oh no! It's just like I was trying to pick up on things that I thought it was like leading to something bigger, and then it didn't. I didn't expect the ending. I thought didn't land. I was like, oh, like he's got a kid now. Okay.
Yeah. No, it didn't really land for me.
I don't know. It was just like they ran Ragnarok back.
I also think
it's a shitty version of Ragnarok.
I also think that Natalie, and this is really important. Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth have like no chemistry, which
that's another like no wonder the first 2 sucked. Like
I think they're both good. I like both
of
them.
They were fine. I guess I disagree on that. I thought they were fine.
But also
they're fine. They're fine.
But she hasn't been in a Thor movie in like.
I think
10
of all
years.
the romantic couplings in the Marvel movies, I think they probably have the least chemistry.
I'd have to think on that. I guess I mean,
Gwyneth Paltrow and RDJ were really good together.
That's top. Yeah. They're number 1.
I think Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly are pretty solid in the Ant-Man movies.
Yeah, well, Paul Rudd is just full of charisma. So
I even think Chris Evans and Haley Atwell have decent chemistry. I mean, compared to.
But I feel like that's due to the part that like.
Oh, dude, you know
the worst. He's always trying to get back to her.
Oh, you know what the worst one is? Scarlett Johansson and Mark Ruffalo. That is
well. That was so bad they dropped that.
I never understood that one. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, that was a Joss special. Was,
you know what? You know what? This is just coming to me. You know how she does like the whole like sun's coming down like whole thing with him. What if you put the audio from the other guys where Eva Mendes sings to Will Ferrell and goes "Pimps Don't Cry"? Pimps don't cry. Like Hulk starts coming back to Bruce Banner. To the Gore point though, I guess I'm fine. I'm trying to find the way to word this. I guess I can live with the like less Christian Bale in there because it's not really a movie just about like, oh, like bad guy bad, we have to stop bad guy. It's a story about Thor's kind of discovery as to who he is. Like he should be the focus of that throughout. If it means sacrificing a bit of Gore, it is what it is. I thought it worked in that sense. And I guess that's a big reason why I like the movie. Felt a little different in that regard. A lot of the same from Ragnarok in terms of, the mood of it, the aesthetic, the music, all that kind of shit. But as for
too much Korg I love him, but
Oh,
too much
yeah.
too much
Get
Korg.
outta here.
There was a good
Shut
amount of
up.
him.
Shut up.
Too much. There's just simply too much Korg.
There was the
like-
perfect amount of Korg in Infinity War, or in
Ragnarok.
in Ragnarok, and then his
Yeah, like-
one little cute scene in Endgame was fun too. That's all I needed.
Right. Like I didn't need him to be a
And-
pivotal character in this movie. I just needed him to show.
Why
like-
did he come on the fucking adventure with them? Stay home.
Right, like the fact that we saw Korg like taking minutes was funny. Like, hey, there he is. Like he's
Yeah.
taking minutes at the town hall.
Oh, Meek. You mean Meek? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. But like,
Yeah.
like Korg needed a scene like that. He didn't need.
It's dumb too. 'Cause, like
2 hours.
Paid anyway. You know, you
Yeah,
don't
like,
need
why-
to put yourself in.
I didn't understand it.
Yeah, he was terrible. So
Also, like Chris Evans and what's her face have way better chemistry than
Haley
Natalie
Atwell?
Portman.
Yeah, well.
No.
Oh, the other girl. The
Oh no, I'm
blonde
talking
girl?
about
Oh,
Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth. I'm sorry. I'm getting my
and
Chris's
Tessa
mixed
Thompson.
Oh, Tessa
Yeah,
Thompson, you mean,
like-
yes.
Yeah, they have
like
great
their
chemistry.
chemistry is so good. Like after Ragnarok, I was like,
But
all right,
I actually
Natalie
like
Portman's
that they're
out,
not
but
romantic. I think that's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
sure.
I thought they
But-
wasted her too. She had a horrible
Oh,
arc.
yeah.
It didn't even make sense.
Terrible.
Her arc, she doesn't even have an arc. She goes, I'm actually really unhappy with what I'm doing. And then she gets stabbed and then the movie ends. She has no
Yeah,
resolution.
she's like, oh, I can't. She's like, yeah, no, I probably shouldn't.
She goes,
She's like, I
really
probably
hate-
shouldn't come.
Yeah, she goes, I really hate like where my life's at right now. I got stabbed, and then you don't see her again. I was like, okay,
I guess I didn't think of that. Yeah, that is true.
what's that? That's not
They
good
kinda
writing at all. And so this
Tessa
is,
Thompson, Hubba Hubba, by the way. Big
Yeah,
time
she's
Hubba
great.
Hubba.
I
really
love
like
Tessa
her.
Thompson.
So she okay, another big problem I had was, and I just kind of said this, but it's so like movie making 101 is gore. He kills the guy in the intro, whatever, that guy, but then you need him to kill one guy somewhere to set him up as a threat. You don't see him kill.
Yeah,
Like-
and then he just shows up. I'm like,
Yeah, it's like,
oh, and he's got like
alright.
these
I mean,
big
like,
spiders. I'm like, well,
like,
what is happening here?
like I at no point was I like, oh boy, I'm scared of him, because you don't. And they cut him killing characters we know. They cut him killing the Grandmaster from Ragnarok. They
That's
cut
right.
him killing Peter Dinklage from Infinity War. You're telling me they couldn't just shove one of those in and be like, oh look,
I
he's
don't-
actually really powerful and scary. That's so
And
easy. And the movie was pretty short too.
Would have tugged on the heartstrings if it was Goldblum there, because everyone
Yeah,
loves
it was like-
themselves some
It
Goldblum.
was like it was under 2 hours.
That's effective. That's why, like, when Thanos kills Loki, it works really well, because it's like, oh,
I'm like, oh
this
shit.
guy was the bad guy
Good
of
point,
Avengers 1,
yeah.
and Thanos just
Pieced
worked,
him in 90
he-
seconds.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
didn't
and
even
he-
put up
and
he
he-
just he broke his fucking neck. He picked him up and broke his neck.
The fact that
you
he
know?
beats up the Hulk right before that too,
Yeah, and
and
he
they
gives
kill
Hulk the
Heimdall all in
hands.
the same scene. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit! Like this
And
guy's
it works.
for real.
It's really, really effective, and it's like, ugh, I don't know. You get Christian Bale, give him a little bit to do, Like,
Yeah, I
dude's
thought his
one of the
first
best actors of our generation.
Yeah.
the opening scene I thought was great. Like I was like, okay, like yeah, like this is gonna be great. And then for the next like 30 minutes, I had no idea what was happening, and I disliked it. I thought the middle to later parts of the movie were good, but like I felt like the first 30-45 minutes were like completely just tossed together. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
I thought it was just paced super weird, like how when they went to Omnipotent City, I was like, okay, that didn't really work great for me, that part. And then it's like, then they go to Gore's planet, and that was kind of quick. I thought that was the best set piece by far, was the black and white stuff, like on Gore's
Right.
planet. Was that I liked. And then it's
That was
like,
a cool scene. Yeah.
oh, they're hurting, and then they go back, and then it's like Thor just goes a lot.
He's got to go back.
None of it really. Excuse me. None of it. I don't know. It just felt like choppy. I don't even.
Also, like I didn't get like
It feels like a
great-
first draft. It felt like a first draft of a. good
Yeah,
movie.
like and it was just all right. It's
Like-
done. Here you go.
Yeah. Workshop it a little bit, guys.
I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Fitz. We're
Chat
so late into
face.
it. I know.
Chat face. I liked it. It was fun. I enjoyed myself.
Ugh.
What's
Good guy
Hercules'
punch-
deal?
Good guy punch bad guy.
Also,
Yeah.
I couldn't take that post credit scene seriously. The
Oh,
fact
fucking
that it's
Roy Kent.
yeah, like what is happening? And he looked so goofy too, because you could tell like all the armor is CGI. the whole setting is CGI. There
I
wasn't
actually thought
enough.
Russell Crowe was a lot of fun. He was having a
Yeah,
He
blast.
was
he was
good.
fine.
His scene was a bit long, I thought, but I still thought it was good.
Yeah.
Set out what it
was
aimed to
with
do.
the god of Bao, the little like Japanese.
That was hilarious. I
What was
lost it
that?
at
Was that? So the Pixar movie is, or that Pixar short Bao with the little
Yeah.
doe, the Japanese. That's like it's referencing that, but I don't. Why? Like why? What is
Fun
that?
fact, that was before. Was that before Incredibles 2?
I think so.
Fun fact. Went to Incredibles 2 at the Mendon Drive-In when that summer when it came out. I was there with Missy Mopena, two of her sisters, and then my sister. Just when I wanted to see the movie. If you've seen Bao, when the mom eats the little dumpling Bao guy, it caught me off guard. Audibly screamed, "Oh, what the fuck!" With ton of children there. I felt really bad with that. I was like, I probably shouldn't be doing that. Audibly, I'm like, oh my fuck, what the hell? Hey there, kid! What's going on here? It's like that painting. What's the painting? The god eating his kid.
Oh, that's a great painting. Great painting.
This is gonna bother me.
I tweet it all the time.
It's God, what the hell's his name? I gotta look it up. Give me a sec.
Very, very unsettling picture.
But just as far as like sort of a Marvel as a whole thing here, I think I was really into it, like Infinity War. Then I think I'm kind of coming out of it. It's not doing it for me. Phase 4 has been not good.
So I mean, I kind of felt that going into Thor. Thor kind of like revived it a bit. I thought it was entirely enjoyable. But coming out of Doctor Strange, that's kind of how I felt. I was like, like Marvel, like.
Oh, I like.
Maybe we
I like Doctor Strange way more. Yeah. And I didn't even like Doctor Strange that much.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty good, not great, but it was better than this.
I was not.
Phase 4 has like 3 projects out of 11, I think, that I really liked, which is that's not a good average there.
Not a good hit rate.
I mean, I liked like the first 2/3 of WandaVision. I liked Loki a lot. I think that's been their best project.
Loki was great.
I love Loki.
I liked, No Way Home was like a nostalgia fest, but I thought they did it well. Like I liked what.
No Way Home was excellent.
And then Multiverse of Madness, I enjoyed. But it had some issues, and this, I don't know. And I love Ragnarok. It's my favorite Marvel movie. So this hurt a little.
Ragnarok was really good. I don't know.
Also, I just think there's been so much too. Like,
yeah, you got to slow down.
I need a breather. Yeah.
Following Ragnarok, I was like, I need more Thor. And when he showed up in Endgame and Infinity War, I was pumped because he was my favorite character at that point. And then by like the time this movie was rolling around, there's just been so much content in the last 12 months.
Now, we just had Multiverse of Madness in April, May, and then it's July. It's July now. We got November until Black Panther, so that's at least a little bit of time to simmer, which I think they need.
Does that come out in November?
No, I thought that was February next year.
I thought it was November. Can we get the documents right here to
like
prove it?
I haven't even
Jesus
started.
Christ, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's been four.
There's been 4 shows in there as well.
I think I'm out on the shows. I don't think I'm going to watch anymore.
I'm out on the show. They stink.
I haven't even started Miss Marvel.
Like if Loki starts again, I haven't. I watched the first episode of Moon Knight, which I heard was good, but I watched the first episode of it. I wasn't crazy about it.
The first 2, it didn't move me.
Moon Knight was fine, and then they didn't stick the landing.
There's too much.
They've stuck the landing exactly once, and that was Loki. Out of 6 shows, you got to do better than that.
What, you didn't like the Save the City Avengers musical bit at the end of Hawkeye? Jake, what are you talking about? It's the greatest moment in MCU history.
But the ending was bad. And
it was funny for like 30 seconds, and then it was for 6 minutes.
Daredevil on Netflix, I think it's like one of the best superhero like projects ever. It's so fucking good. And then they brought Kingpin in, and he's a big fucking idiot in Hawkeye. And I was like, no, stop this. I just can't. I don't trust them to make any serious project ever at all. That's my problem.
Well, again, Giga Chad moment. Like I enjoyed it. Man.
Like at least Multiverse of Madness was like different. Like
at least it tried something.
It was like the Sam Raimi touch to it. but I also think that looked goofy at times, VFX wise.
Yeah, I think I was just looking at like things that are coming. I think I'm genuinely excited for like 3 things in the next like 5 years, which is
of like what 25 projects.
Yeah, something.
I'm interested to see what they do with Black Panther.
Loki season 2. See, I'm not really like I don't care.
Just interested.
He's dead. I don't.
I go from there. It's a tough, shitty situation. Just like where they go from there. It's
They should have recast. I was of the opinion. He put it. He wrote a list of guys he would have liked to take over for him, and they were.
Did he?
No. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh wow, I didn't know that either.
Michael Papa John. So.
He was in 2.5 movies. Like there was so many stories left to tell with T'Challa. Like, and it would have been a little weird at first, but.
Yeah, I'm interested. I don't trust them to stick that.
They fucking recast what's his name? War Machine.
Yeah. Like the very next movie.
They did.
Right? Yeah, they didn't bring that up whatsoever, and everyone's fine with that.
They recast the Hulk of all people. Like what?
Yeah,
you're right.
I mean, I guess
you're right. They probably should have recast.
Like, yeah. I mean, in their defense, it's not like those actors died. They just didn't bring them back. But
yeah, and none of them were as iconic, like impactful as Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa. You know what I mean? Like no one, like capturing the cultural zeitgeist of the moment. No one.
Oh yeah,
did that like Chadwick with T'Challa. So I guess it's not exactly a direct comparison, but I get what you mean. Probably should have been recasted.
I mean, yeah, it's tough, but I just think they were it was sort of like a really quick decision on something that was another thing. They were like, oh, we got to pump this movie out. Like, got to get it out, guys. And it was like, breathe, that we don't like, they're churning this shit out. Fucking relax, please.
You're going to get fatigue. Like, I mean, the diehard fans are always going to go, but casual fans, you don't want fatigue to set in. Don't want people to get bored with it.
I'm interested to see how the Marvels, which is the one after Black Panther, I think does, because Captain Marvel does not have the goodwill that a lot of the other ones have.
With girl Brie.
Yeah,
bold queen.
Yeah, robot Brie. We'll see. I don't know.
Is that a movie or a show?
Yeah, no, it's a movie. It's got the Miss Marvel. I haven't watched a lick of that, Miss Marvel.
No, I haven't either. Haven't even started it.
But it's got her, it's got Brie, and it's got the girl from WandaVision. The
Oh,
Rambo?
Okay.
Yeah, Rambo.
Yeah. All right, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Well, just like Sylvester Stallone, Rambo.
He's in Guardians. Oh, the Red Sox are losing 2-0. That's sick.
Oh, that's back to baseball.
Yeah, Bayo's got a hit by pitch, walk, strikeout, single.
Awesome.
Oh, and he got a double play, I guess, but that sucks.
Jake, want to talk some Yacht Rock, man? You want to?
Yeah, let's hear it. What do we got?
What's prompted your Yacht Rock kick as of late?
Well, I've always liked Yacht Rock. So I have 3 genres of music that I think are my tops. You want to hear them?
Let's hear it.
It's Yacht Rock. It's late 90s, early 2000s, like alt rock.
You a Radiohead guy?
And like 60s, 70s soul. Those are my
nice.
Those are my top 3.
Motown, like around that kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a Radiohead guy if you like your late 90s, early 2000s.
No. I mean, yes, I like Radiohead, but not like that. Like more like a Third Eye Blind, like a.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Spin Doctors, things of that nature.
Punky, but it's like alt punk rock, that sort of thing.
Blur, Oasis, things of that nature.
Oh yeah.
I was on a Blur kick this weekend. I listened to some Blur.
Yeah, Liam. What's
our Yacht Rock
taste? Liam.
Me? Oh, Liam. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really discriminate. If we're talking like yacht rock, though, I think of like 80s soft rock. Like, are we talking like 80s Clapton?
That's what that is.
Yeah, like that's exactly like Hall & Oates.
Yep.
Chicago that genre. Yeah,
Chicago's
exactly.
Great. Chicago fucking rules.
Some Steely Dan, like.
Yup. Yeah.
Big
Steely,
fan of Dan.
love Steely
CMG
Dan.
Field. Shout out Zach on Twitter. I always used to kind of give him shit for liking Steely Dan, and then I
No, they're fucking
actually
good.
dove into Steely Dan. I'm a fan of the Dan dude. Asia,
Yeah.
start to finish, what an album.
Little Christopher Cross.
Sailing takes me. Some Boz Skaggs.
Dr. Hook. We like Dr. Hook, folks.
Captain and Tennille.
Yeah, 10cc. Kenny Loggins. We got some good Ambrosia. I mean, even some Eagles.
Ambrosia.
Kind of.
I'm not crazy on
There's some-
Ambrosia.
I just like what's the how much I feel by
That's
Ambrosia. I
how
like that.
much I feel.
I don't know, man.
You,
Yacht Rock
baby.
is just like the easiest listening. It's just so
Yeah.
pleasant.
It's relaxing.
This time of year, you know what I mean? Like going on
Driving
to the
down the
beach,
road,
or
windows down, some Yacht Rock, nothing better.
some Little River Band to bring it back to the other guys. Some
Some
LRB.
LRB,
Reminiscing, great song.
yeah. I don't know, man.
The Eagles, obviously.
I'm trying to kick. Yeah, so then I changed my bio to Yacht Rock Enjoyer, which I think I might keep for a little while. I think it's a good
Sure,
one.
That's- I like-
your
that's a good one.
baggies are gone.
The baggy.
You're-
Well, yeah, that was actually outdated. I think I have 10 pairs, but that's my go-to short, man. No free ads, but Patagonia baggies, best shorts on the market.
I have not had one.
I
The
don't
Doobie
think-
Brothers,
I don't-
another
I
great
don't know.
band. Big
Oh,
fan
How
of the
tall are
Doobies.
you
another
guys?
one.
Are you guys? How
I'm
tall
6'1".
Are you really?
Yeah.
I'm
Wow,
6'8".
I didn't realize you were-
No, I'm your very average 5'10", 5'9",
I'm
short
like
king.
I'm like 5'9" and change.
And I think my license says 5'10", so I'm rolling with
My
that.
beautiful girlfriend is actually taller than me, so we love to
Ooh.
break gender norms, don't we?
There you go. Yeah, that's-
Modern
she,
day.
She drags you went to bed at night.
She wears the pants. I mean, she literally she's the breadwinner. She goes to work. I go to
Yeah.
grad school.
Yeah,
You know.
again, breaking gender norms. Shout out
Yeah, you know.
Missy Mopania as well.
I'm a progressive king, folks.
Well, Short King Summer is most certainly a thing. Like that, I'm the one who's holding the bag here. I'm over the 6 foot line. It is not a Short King Summer for
Yeah,
me.
go fuck yourself. Honestly,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
that's
sick
what
and
it is.
tired of
I'm
the
Check your,
talls.
check your privilege.
I
am
am
at the door.
I'm hopping on the bandwagon of a Little Stinker Summer to make up for that. Did you see the tweet? Little Stinker Summer.
I love that. I love that.
Liam, did you see it? I feel like that's something that would have crossed your
No.
debt. Hold on one
I don't
second.
think so.
I was
I'm gonna send
I was
it to
gonna
you.
say, what's great about this is that we're all the same height in these little boxes on our computer. It doesn't matter
true.
in here.
Exactly.
You have no idea.
When John
Yeah.
Lennon wrote Imagine, this is what he was talking about. Imagine no height differences. Liam, I'm going to send this into the group. I want you to explain to the audience of what is in this tweet as
Yes.
you react to it
What
live
is
for
this?
the first time.
Little Rascal Summer? What is it?
Little Stinker Summer. Little Stinker Boy Summer.
This it's reminding me of there was an old like Nintendo game where the kid dresses like this.
Oh,
It was like
Ness?
Ness.
Ness.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm
Dude,
thinking of.
Earthbound.
Yeah. That's incredible.
You
That'll
got
be
the
that'll be,
pinwheel
our,
hat, the
that'll
red
be our
and
fourth
white-
out of context photo.
the red and white striped shirt with blue shorts and red suspenders, Big League Chew, and a slingshot. There you go.
Yes.
like a little hand slingshot. It's gonna be a Iota summer, fellas.
Do kids even like know what slingshots are anymore? That's such a
No
dated.
chance. No chance.
Not
100%
and not
not, dude.
even in like an old man like, oh, nobody goes outside anymore. But it's just like, what do you do with a slingshot? It's such a
Kids are drinking at like 11. There's no chance they hang out with a fucking slingshot anymore. Dude.
Kids just have AR-15s now instead of slingshots.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Folks,
son of a bitch.
Folks, there it is.
Do you like Toto? That's to change.
Toto.
I like
That's
Toto.
another good one.
I like Toto.
Toto's are- Luther Vandross is another good one. What else we got here?
No, that's not Luther's not really yacht rock. He's like soul.
Kinda, yeah. Like smooth, like
No,
kinda.
there's a little
like,
bit of crossover. It's smooth. We love smooth music.
I'm just going through.
Easy
places.
Jimmy
listening.
Buffett yacht rock. I suppose.
Buff. Have you guys ever?
yeah.
With Jimmy? Stop right here. Have you ever been to a Jimmy Buffett concert?
No, I need to. I have a Jimmy
No.
Buffett shirt that's pretty cool.
Anarchy. It is a mess. It's great. It's a good time. He puts on a good enough of a show, but the pregame tailgate beforehand is a fucking war zone. Just
Oh my god, I can't even imagine.
lawless country. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about.
He plays
If
in
not, you just gotta go and
Mansfield
see.
August 13th, fellas.
That's where I saw him. I saw him once, and I think I was the drunkest boy alive. That show. That like, I think it's illegal to be sober.
Were you a little
that show.
stinker that day? You were a little stinker boy.
It was a little stinker boy show, baby. I had my hubba bubba in my mouth, my hubba bubba bubble gum in one hand,
Go-to
beer in
gum
another.
When you were a little kid. Hubba Bubba.
Double bubble usually.
A double bubble.
What was the one that like came in?
Double
The,
bubble lasts
Buckets
for
of it.
roughly 5 seconds.
15 seconds tops.
Yeah.
But we always used to have a
Dog
big
shit.
bucket of it, and if I was standing in the field playing baseball as a kid, I'd like, instead of like sunflower seeds, I just kind of pop those in. You know,
get
had, like, a big old wad of
lockjaw after 30
yeah,
seconds.
right, yeah.
I'm a big gum guy. Even like now, I chew gum like every day.
I
Interesting.
can't remember the last time I chewed them.
I don't think my jaw could handle that. Also,
Any-
it's 2 to
well,
1,
I
by the
have
way.
terrible TMJ. I need jaw surgery, so it doesn't really matter anymore.
Just always clicking whenever
Listen,
he
can you
speaks.
hear this into the mic? It's my jaw popping. I want to see if it works.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
yeah?
coming through.
Wow,
Yeah,
Big
it's
time.
bad. It's really bad.
that's
They need
that
to
would be-
break
that's
my
like
jaw.
a quality of life thing.
Set it, and it's a whole thing. But I got to do it before I come off my parents' insurance. So I got a couple of years. left.
Mm.
I think you mentioned that when it was your birthday
Yeah.
a couple episodes ago, however many episodes ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We've
what day
definitely
your
done some
birthday is off the top of my
TMJ
head.
talk.
It's little jaw talking,
But
little John. I'm a big 5 gum. I'm a winter mint guy. I think that's the
Ooh.
freshest flavor.
Wintermint's good. Spearmint's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Spearmint, I don't feel fresh. I hate to say it.
Yeah, winter mint's nice.
Winter
cooling
mint or
effect.
peppermint are what really make me feel fresh. Those two.
I'm not crazy about peppermint. Like York
big
peppermint
fan.
patties in general, I think are
Yeah,
fucking
no, I-
disgusting.
Yeah.
Peppermint,
Oh.
I feel like it's like Christmas time. Like,
Yeah. Well,
why am I eating
fuck
this?
with I fuck with
But candy canes, you know, I
Yeah.
like those. But again, only for the season. I like original like bubblegum flavor thing. I like that, like the pink, like that. I fuck with that.
Sailing.
How about some Gordon Lightfoot? Do you like Gordon Lightfoot?
I like Gordon.
Sundown. That's a great song.
It's so sick. He wrote a song.
Great
about
usage
the-
in not to cut, but in Knives Out, the Gordon Lightfoot in there when
yeah,
Chris Evans
it's
was
sick. He
talking
wrote
about-
a song about the Edmund Fitzgerald. That rocks.
Yes. Those poor men,
Yeah.
those
And
brave
women.
men. And one, I thought it was. Did a lady die during that?
Let's find out. Some Edmund Fitzgerald talk.
What is Edmund Fitzgerald?
It's a
Oh,
ship
very
that sank
embarrassing.
in
Very
Minnesota.
embarrassing, Liam.
Yeah, just telling on yourself there.
Yeah, sorry. No, but I had to say it.
The wreck. Let's find it.
Lake Superior, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, shout out to Zach again. He tweeted out wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald during the 2021 NCAA hockey playoffs because UMass played St. Lawrence State. So he tweeted out the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and UMass ended up winning that and
Yeah.
the
So it
championship itself.
wrecked. This does not say how many people died.
Dude, Taking It to the Streets by the Doobie Brothers. What a fucking song.
That's
Love
I
the
was
Doobie
listening to that
Brothers.
earlier today.
Love the Doobie Brothers. Fitz, there's like a yacht rock thing in Boston this week at the Leader Bank Pavilion. Yacht
parents
Rock
are going.
Review.
My
Oh,
parents
are they
going.
really?
Yeah, they are.
We should go.
I'm busy this weekend.
Oh, you bitch.
What day is it?
You whore. Friday.
Maybe Friday. I gotta save money
Well-
too. That's another thing.
Well, I can't imagine these guys are charging.
Maybe I'd hate to have a couple margaritas and listen to some Pablo Cruz. What you gonna do when she says goodbye?
Yeah, they charge. That's actually more expensive than I would have. I mean, it's not expensive, but it's whatever. Yeah, who cares? Merch. They sell merch. It's not good.
Bill Withers, Lovely Day.
Big
Did
I
we
like
ever
this
find
new
out
thing we do.
on the Emmett Fitzgerald? Or
I like this. Yeah,
I'm reading about it. I got
right.
the entire crew of 29 men lost.
Oh gosh, that's awful.
I've never heard of
I like
this.
this new thing we do where we don't really end
song.
the
It's a
show.
good song.
We just sort of tail off for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This is like when we were window shopping at the end of last week's
that's
episode.
what I mean. I like it.
Yeah.
Should just end it at some random point.
Ooh, nicknames. Fitz, we're going to give you some of these. Fitz, the Mighty Fitz, Big Fitz, Pride of the American Side, the Toledo Express, and the Titanic of the Great Lakes. That's the one I'm going with.
Well, it definitely sank, much like the Titanic. I think it was like a storm or something like that. I mean, the legend lives on from the Chippewa. It's a great song. You're big on Sailing by Christopher Cross.
Yeah.
It's my
I
favorite.
could tell.
It's one of my two favorites.
What's the other one?
Sharing the Night Together
Gotcha.
by
That's a
Dr.
good one.
Hook. Yeah, really great
Island-
in El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie. Really great scene featuring Sharing the Night Together.
Islands in the Stream by Dolly Parton and Kenny
Ooh.
Rogers. What a
I
song.
would not.
Love that
Is
one.
that Yacht Rock?
I would
Yeah.
consider that
Listen
Yacht
to
Rock.
it.
All right.
Yeah, that's most certainly like
Relax.
it's. Buddy, I'm making the distinctions here on the Yacht Rock and the not.
That's
Yeah.
what
And the
What's
Knot
Yacht
Rock,
Rock?
the Yacht Rock, and the Knot Rock.
That good one. There you go. What else we got? Whenever I Call You Friend by Kenny Loggins and Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, that's
Fleetwood Mac in general, I would consider that some yacht rock.
All right. Well,
You know what I really don't fuck with though? I'm not a big Journey guy. I don't like Journey.
you're not a Journey guy?
No.
I like some
I like
Journey.
Journey. I like Journey.
Glee. I mean, Glee made me like Journey. I was a geek back in
Don't
the
Stop
day.
Believing overrated.
That one, yes. Yeah, that's I don't understand.
That will
Thanks
be
a lot, Sopranos.
that will be vetoed at my wedding. There will be some songs that I just cannot do.
No,
Like
we're not
typical
playing
parties
this.
that's not happening. What's it? We Are Family. That song's vetoed. Dude, We Are Family. Anytime I hear that, unless you're
Brick
driving.
House.
Yeah, Brick House is a great song. I love that fucking song. Anything cool?
What is it?
Obviously, Cool in the Gang. I like Cool in the Gang. Get Down on It.
Oh, Cool in the Gang's great.
But unless you're driving, don't do this. But if you're listening to this, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to play. I want you to. Yeah, don't do it if you're behind the wheel. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to play We Are Family in your head. I Got All My Sisters and Me. And I want you to put yourself at some shitty function hall in Boston serving just the coldest meatballs and the worst chicken ziti and broccoli you've ever had in your entire goddamn life. The grossest salad, stale bread rolls with disgusting butter. That's what food you're eating at a family function for some aunt's 60th birthday party, an aunt that you have met maybe when you were 3 years old once. That's what We Are Family brings up in my mind. That's what that song is.
That sounds terrible.
That was
Does anyone-
really specific. Fitz, do you want
Yeah,
to
super
talk to that?
specific.
That was really.
Do we need to?
Yeah.
Do we need to?
No, we don't have to talk. It is like I feel like you always hear that at like random function halls with bad food.
It's fair.
Could
It's a-
anyone
it's a fair
relate to
point.
that? Anyone? Is there anybody alive out there that you can? I know that there's one person be like, yeah, Fitz is spinning bars there. McKeon Post food there, or Florian Hall in Dorchester. Yeah, 100%. Man, but no, I don't fuck with We Are Family.
All
Phil
right.
Collins in general. Oh, Phil Collins is fucking man.
Yeah,
He rules.
Tarzan.
Oh, Tarzan soundtrack is so
The
good.
best Disney soundtrack, like pound for pound, like what he brought to the table. I think he only made like 5 songs on it. I actually have the vinyl of that soundtrack.
Ooh,
Which
you know, it's a
I
great
fucking love it.
soundtrack that doesn't get enough love because it's a DreamWorks movie. Road to El Dorado. Elton John did the entire album.
First-
It's
Oh,
For-
yeah.
so fucking good.
For a second, I thought you were going to say
Wait,
Minions,
which is the Moses one?
That would have been so
Prince of
great.
Egypt. Prince of Egypt.
Prince of
Jake.
Egypt. That Whitney
Prince of Egypt's a
Houston
good one.
song in Prince of Egypt.
Yes,
Banger.
100%.
Unbelievable track.
I'm not familiar with the Road to El Dorado soundtrack, but I do know it's Elton
Oh.
John. I just haven't
Is the Road
heard
to El
it.
Dorado the one where the girl is like giving a clear blowjob on screen in a children's movie? Is it that
The
one?
what?
Probably. It's It's not. It's a very
It's like
sexualized
insinuated,
representation
like her
of.
head's down by his crotch. Somebody comes in the room, and then she like pops her head up.
Great movie. I love that movie as a kid. The Burger King toys were awesome.
Kevin Kline in that one, right?
You guys think this is gonna put me on a watch list? Road to El Dorado blowjob. I'm gonna search that right now.
Road to El Dorado.
Oh, okay, so there's a lot of Rule 34 stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's Rule 34, man. It's if you can think of it.
X out of that.
No, you're not. You're just going to an incognito tab, man. It's okay. You don't have to lie here. We're an hour and this
has been Pod and Lansdowne.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Anyway.
Jake leaves. So that's all I got, fellas. Anything else?
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna go prep for Better Call Saul, I think.
All right. Liam, anything else you want to add before we sign off?
That's all I got.
What Yacht Rock song are we ending in? Albert Pujols will participate in the Home Run Derby. Breaking news.
That could be really
here.
Sad if it's.
Yeah. Oh my God. The pace is gonna kill him.
It'll be fun though. You know, it'll be kind of cool to see.
Yeah, he might pass out at that.
He's gonna need additional timeouts.
What really genuinely sucks is that he probably won't. I mean, I don't think he'll get to 700, but he's so close. It's kind of a bummer.
What's he at now?
He's at 684, but he only has, I think, 4 this year. So far.
He ain't getting there. He ain't getting to 700.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like I get it why A-Rod like stepped away, but you were four away from 700. I would have turned that into I would have milked that for all it's worth.
Yeah. If I'm that close, I am signing any contract. I don't even care. I'm getting to 700.
There were like rumors like that he might go to like the Marlins and try to just get there and then call it.
Yeah,
but
I would have been for it.
I would have been too. It'd been fun. At that point, like the reverse heel turn had already taken place, so we liked him. So it was like, yeah, go for it.
Did we?
I mean, I did at least. I enjoyed it when he got his 3,000th hit. His 2015 season was fun.
Yeah,
and
it was.
And then they kind of like the Yankees just kind of like blackballed him towards the end.
Yeah, well, him and Cashman didn't like him, right?
No.
Yeah, or Jeter. Cashman's seems like kind of a dick. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's the podcast, right. I think.
Yeah.
So, for Liam, for Jake, I'm Fitz. Thank you for listening to another installment of Pod on Lansdowne. Thank you for sticking around if you made it to this point, like 45 minutes after the Red Sox talk ended. Thanks for hanging around for some Thor and some Boston Function Hall and some Yacht Rock talk. More shenanigans next week. Do we want to do? You know, I'll mention it when the recording ends. We'll leave it as a surprise for the listeners. Yeah, I think I actually mentioned it last week.
I like that.
So
I think we should always do that.
the thing that I'm mentioning. So, the very clear thing. So, all right, go Sox, baby. And go Yacht Rock.
Go Sox.
And go Better Call Saul for Jake.
Yeah!